Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back. So this is going to be the first time we're in the garden together this year for 2024. Welcome. If you're new here, hi, my name's Elizabeth. I'm located in Northeast Arkansas and I just freaking love to garden. And I love to bring people along in case there's anything that I can, share through trials, any lessons I learned, tips and advice, whatever. I've not done anything in my garden this year, but spring is springing, and so we've got some things going on. So what you're going to see in this video is my husband went and got blocks to raise our raised beds in the kitchen garden. And then I've got some things I need to cut back. I don't know if I'll get that done today or tomorrow, but let me just show you some cute things really quick. These grape hyacinth are blooming here. This is like the side bed as you go from kitchen garden to the front of the house. It's chilly. I definitely need to go get me a hoodie. I underestimated the temperature. We got some daffodils coming up there. These are little fake flowers. But anyways, you can see I did not cut that back last year, so I need to do that now. And I've got different things out here in this front landscape bed that are starting to bud back to life. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I've ever seen this one have a little bloom on it. Look at this. Coming back. What's over here? Ooh. Oh, how pretty. I've never seen it do that. Actual flower. I can't remember now what this is called. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen because I'm sure I'll remember later. But see here, the rose is budding back, but these I did cut back. But anyways, I've just got several different things in the landscape up there that I really need to trim. I gotta go through here and do some cleanup. My dog started, she'll come in here and poo every once in a while. Like, there's just like 2 spots. So it's not a regular thing for her, thank goodness. Soil over here is for my house plants. I'm gonna refresh them soon. And today we're just gonna be placing these blocks everywhere. So we got the blocks down, and now we're gonna move the bricks from the shade garden because it's gonna go away when we build the deck. Yeah, we want to just go dump off these. These are all the same. All right, so we got all of the bricks up from this bed. And I've got to go through and figure out which plants I'm transplanting. Look at this rose coming back to life. Oh my goodness. So cute. But before I do that, I'm going to clean up some leaves. We've got leaves out at the end of the kitchen garden, and I'm gonna throw those in the raised beds. And then my son was helping with something, and he drug some mulch out, so we're gonna clean that up. I'm filming a video, but where'd you put the wheelbarrow? Okay, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna work on these leaves here. So when I said earlier that I cut my thumb, my husband taped it up for me. We were actually taking, oh gosh, people. If you recall from last year, we had some solar light, string lights hung from these, you can see right there, metal pole goes down. Anyway, so we have 4 metal poles in the middle of the kitchen garden flanking the outside of all the raised beds. And anyways, had these adorable solar lights, but they're a little heavy. So those poles are real thin. I mean, they're like maybe that big around. And so they would pull and then hang in the middle. So I'm going to try and find a different solution for this year. Maybe like twinkle lights, something really lightweight that's still solar. It serves the same purpose. So anyway, so we took those down and they were kind of cable tied up there to each other and to the poles and stuff. And I was using my husband's, not pocket knife, but you know, like box cutter knife. And after like the 15th one, we were almost done. And I went up like that and my hand was holding something like that. And I just jabbed the top of my thumb. So anyways, it's a gusher. And so, but it's fine now. So it's all wrapped up. So you see these leaves here? This is leaves that fell out of one of these oak trees here that fell into the kitchen garden last fall. And we came through and we picked up some. We put some in the raised beds to kind of overwinter there. And then we were just trying to clean up the rest. And I had my 17-year-old teenage son helping. And we were out here and we were like raking. And we'll put them in the wheelbarrow and we'd haul them off to our woods back here just to clean up the lawn. But there ended up being like this massive pile here because I think one day when he was working on it alone, he got our blower and just blew them out of the kitchen garden. And this, you can see the result. There was just a big pile here. Now I have personally mowed the big pile multiple times. We've spread it out. We've hauled some in, but anyways, there's just still some here. So since today we're going to go get some of the soil we need for the raised beds, I'm going to go ahead and throw some more in the raised beds in an attempt to finally clean this area up. And my husband was saying that from the dog running in and out of here all winter long, that right here under this first part of leaves, there's actually some of my wood mulch. So I need to be careful in raking this stuff up because I want wood mulch back in there, but I want my leaves in there to go in the garden beds. So I'm going to work on that. Another thing I would like to get done today is digging up the plants over in the shade garden that I want to keep because they're just getting transplanted into one of the raised beds back here because I don't know where their permanent home will be yet. And the majority of them I will probably place around the new deck. So I don't want them anywhere else. So they've just got to be moved temporarily. So I'm just sitting here taking a break really quick because this is something that I'm going to focus on really hardcore in 2024. So you're probably going to hear me mention it a lot. And that is to let gardening be fun again. Like just stop chasing deadlines and to-do lists and trying to get so many things done so that the garden can be XYZ, but rather focus on living in the moment when I'm in my garden and just being peaceful and calm and playing and having fun, enjoying myself in the moment and all that. And so we've been working hard this morning, and Jeff and Hadley went in to work on something, and this is something, I don't know if you guys would have noticed, but this part of the, what do you call that? Fascia board? That's fascia board. But anyways, that part of this back part of our house with the addition, which was done several years ago, it was never like completely done, and that's why that wood is not painted. So anyways, that was one of our winter projects this year, and my husband got that done. And so that's completed up there and along the back too. There's one little piece in the back he's got to finish, but once it's done, I'm painting it white, and then I'm repainting all of this house trim because it needs to be done again. So another big fun project. I do love painting though, but that's a project that's literally been an eyesore to bother me for years. Also, this window was not completely finished framed out wise for looks, and my husband finished that in the fall. So that's nice. Anyways, I can't wait to see what this area looks like next year. Those are the hollyhocks, you guys. This right here is going to be its 3rd year. Yeah, third year coming up. And these are its baby offshoots. And so it's going to be its second year. And if you've never grown hollyhock, the first year they just get about that big. And then you think, well, that's not exciting, but it's a perennial. So first year it's going to creep, second year it's going to leap. So I know these back here are going to get to be 5 or 6 feet tall, and they're going to be gorgeous and bloom for the first time. The third year, some people say it's first year creep, second year leap, third year something. I can't remember what it calls. If you know what it is, comment below, let us all know. But anyway, so I'm not really sure what to expect from this guy being its third year, but they spread. So I've not planted anything like from here and back to the fence there, because I'm allowing that hollyhock to just take over that corner. Anyways, so I'm just trying to be more present and mindful and chill in my garden. My dog is over here. I hear you, cat. Where are you? Anyway, she's just chilling, being beautiful. It's gonna be her second year. Well, yeah, her second year gardening with me, sort of. Leave the cat alone. May plan. She thinks she gotta go play chase. You didn't get him. You never get him because he's faster than you. Anyway, so it's gonna be fun as she's growing up. She wasn't bad about being in the garden beds last year, but the cat was, so gotta figure that out. But anyways, so I did pull in a lot of that mulch from right there that was out into the lawn, and there actually was a ton there. So I did that, and then I got a wheelbarrow full of leaves and I dumped them in one of the beds, and then that's where I'm at now. I'm taking a break because that sort of like the raking position agitates my lower back, and it's just something I'm still dealing with. I still do my yoga every morning, which really helps. I wake up with my back sore pretty much every morning, which I think is an age thing, but I'm trying not to accept that also, if you know what I mean. So anyways, doing yoga every morning, and then by the time I'm done with yoga, everything is moving good, hips good, knees good, whatever. But this sort of motion with the gardening stuff is what usually agitates my back. So I was trying to make sure I was lifting and squatting properly with the blocks, just whatever. And that's why I wanted to take a break before I go and dig up plants in the shade garden, because they the digging stuff, that's gonna bother my back. But anyway, so I've just been chilling, having me a little coffee. Like my favorite thing ever. I go through phases of drinking one a day and trying not to drink them. But anyway, oh, well, one thing I was going to mention too is I just checked the weather, and it's not going to be below 48 for the next several days at least. And also there's no rain for the next 2 days, so I could go ahead and start painting. The reason I was kind of torn on this, today's Saturday. I want to wrap as much of this project up as possible. This is the weekend before my surgery, so this is my last weekend to get like as much outdoor stuff done as possible. And so that's what I'm wanting to do. But I also have to be realistic with myself, and like I just said, be mindful and quit chasing that to-do list. So I'm just trying to get everything to a place where I feel really good about it. I am ordering a small greenhouse that is coming in the mail. It won't be here until after my surgery, so I'm hoping I can probably get my oldest son Riley to put it together for me. It's really good at stuff like that. And I think I need to measure, but I think it's going to go right here actually. I think I'm going to move this table, and it's going to go just right here. And I may try and like actually move the table and map some things out here in a bit and kind of show you the visual of what I'm thinking. I think it'll get just enough sunlight here. The thing is, you know, if you're a gardener, if you've been doing it for a while, everybody wants a greenhouse. Everybody wants a beautiful greenhouse, like that, maybe a fancy one that's $10,000, or one they built themselves out of old antique windows, whatever. I've had all those same dreams. And I have tried you guys, I've tried every kind of greenhouse you can think of, except for putting more money into one, which is something you just don't want to do, because then you think about it and you're like, I use it for like a month out of the year. Like a month out of the year. At least for me in my zone. If you're in a colder northern zone, you'd probably use it for months. But for me, that's what's realistic. And so I decided to take all the lessons that I've learned, and that is that I really don't need anything much bigger than a 6x8 or a 6x10. I don't need to be able to have a chandelier hanging in there. I don't need to have seating in there. I don't need to have all that stuff. I just really don't. I need a warm, cozy place to start seeds. And that's it. That's all I need. But I've tried the small ones that were like, I think it was a 4x6. And that was almost sufficient. almost sufficient. But that was one of those little like pop-up tent ones where you literally, it's just like plastic rods and the tent, and that worked so well. We had it beside the building and we had it anchored to the building, but that's not a permanent solution and it wasn't big enough. So I found this one on Amazon that again, I think it is in 6 wide or 8 wide. I think it's 6 wide by 10 long. But what it is actually a metal frame kit with glass or like plexiglass windows. But it's got these 4 like metal post things in the 4 corners so that you can cement it into the ground. So if you choose to do that, you basically just like dig a hole, put cement in those 4 holes, and then place your frame down on it and let it set, and it's technically cemented into the ground. We got crazy wind here, so we need that. That's one thing that I found is the bigger high tunnel greenhouse that I did, which was $700 on Amazon. It was gigantic, way bigger than what I actually needed, but I was trying to go commercial that year. But anyways, it was glorious. However, the wind and the winter destroyed it, so it didn't even make it through a whole year. It was so sad to spend that much money on it. So that year taught me we need something actually anchored into the ground. And so I thought, you know what, something real small right here in the kitchen garden, nothing we have to also mow around. It won't be in the way when it's not being used. It'll just be cute. And then also maybe having a reliable one 24/7 that I don't have to like take down in the winter and stuff. Then maybe I could grow a vanilla vine and a banana tree and a couple of those fun tropical things that need like zone 9 year round to flourish, because our local nursery that I really adore just started selling like perennial banana trees, but they're zone 9 banana trees, so they need a greenhouse environment. So anyways, so long enough of a little story time with you guys here for that. So I'm going to get back to work, and I'm just going to be I don't know if you can see them through the fence there. Oh, you can, the little pile right there. I'm just going to continue picking those up and putting them in the beds before I then dig up the stuff on the other side of the house. All right, so you can see that's what's left out there behind the garden. Pretty good, pretty good. I got all 4 beds full once, and then a 4th one kind of topped up again. The rest I had to actually dig out of the yard with a shovel because it was mulch mixed with whatever. I've got this here, and I'm going to go throughout the garden. You can see a few spots here where I have put down over places where the plastic underneath is exposed, and that's just from maple running around all winter long. So I'm just going to do that with the rest of this, and then I'll be done with this. I think I'm going to at some point come out here with the blower, but that might be like a post-op thing because this is fine for now. It's out of the way, and I'm not going to be planting anything for a while. So, yeah, I think I might just leave that stuff back there. Well, this all feels really nice. So I went through, I covered up all the spots where the plastic was showing with that stuff I had found. And then the rest I was just kind of moving things around with my feet and with my hands and just whatever. So right now there's no plastic that you can see. I will probably a little bit later in the spring buy, you know, some bags of mulch for any touch-up shop I may need, because I may need to actually completely replenish the flower bed in the front yard. But we'll wait and see. I went through and picked up all of Maple's trash toys from all the stuff she's been chewing on all winter. Any big sticks on the mulch I threw in the raised beds. And anyways, it's feeling like a nice fresh start. Everything's all picked up. That's really nice. I think I'm just gonna put up my tools and move that table, show you what I'm thinking for the greenhouse, and then I need to cut back some perennials. So I think I'm gonna work on that next. Look at this. This is just an arrangement I did for winter to have some color out here because I could see this out my office window. This is all fake plants. But look at this guy. That's real. That's the succulent I had in here all of last year. And there's Maple's face. Hi. Anyways, look how cute. So it's coming back. That's fun. So here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I love this coffee table thing. So I'm not sure if this area, I'm not sure how this area will get used, but anyways, I like this idea. The willow tree, that's a corkscrew willow, it's coming back to life. This is plenty of a walkway. And then there are some bushes in here. This is a fountain grass. This is a hibiscus. This will get really big. There's also another perennial actually somewhere. It might be right there where I put the chair. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Anyways, so plenty of room to walk through. There's one of my planting stands, and then there's plenty of room to come this way. This opens up real big. There's nothing here. Plenty of room for that extra chair over there if you're wanting to like sit in the sun, depending on what time it is. And then this will all fill in here. Then there's nothing here because there's concrete here. So anyways, so I'm playing with this place. One thing I want to keep in mind, and I'll go online, I'll look at the measurements in a second, but I'm wanting to add a hammock on a stand, on its own stand, to this space this year because I think I'll use it a ton. And I just, oh, that sounds so dreamy, laying in the hammock under the shade tree reading a book. Oh my god, divine. Anyways, so because I have a hammock, but it's one you have to tie to stuff, and there's nothing out here to tie it to. And so yeah, it'd be cool to put that somewhere fun for the kids this year. Okay, anyway, but so I bought that one to take camping, so we take it with us camping. It stays in a little bag most of the time. Anyway, so that there. And then right here would be the greenhouse. So I'm going to find me 4 things that I can set out to be the dimensions. So let me go online, check the dimensions of that and the hammock and see if they'll fit. Because I'm wondering if the hammock will fit here, coming out from this concrete area where I can't plant plants anyway. Or if it'd be too big, because it's kind of big. I think it's like a 2-person hammock, the one I was looking at. I'll do a screenshot and I'll show you on the screen in a sec. Okay, cool. So I've got the measurements. So I'm going to pop up here on the screen. I'm going to show you what the greenhouse looks like. And that's where it would come to, because I've got 2, you can barely see one right there and one right there. Those are flower pots. So those are my back 2 corners, and here's my front 2. And you can see there's all this space in front of it. Like, see, I've got a rose here, and then over here is where you get to this area. Look at all this, tons of space in here. Makes me happy because I wanted to have somewhere to add some roses over here. So I think what I'll do, I have to figure out what I want to do with these containers this year, because they're useful for growing potatoes, but that's about it, and they're just not cute. I don't know, maybe I'll put the 4 of them back here in this corner, but you can see that gets a decent amount of sun, so I'm not sure. Maybe if I do that, then I can expand the little rose garden this way a bit. Anyways, so that's how big it would be. And so you see it wouldn't protrude a ton. It's 8 feet. Plenty of space over here for doing things. And then got like can create like a little eco environment back in this little corner. It's not going to be blocked from sun because of course it's a greenhouse, so sun can go through it, whatever. But yeah, anyways, that'll work. And then over here, I just have my little garden decor guys on the ground. It is a double person hammock on a stand. I'll show you here on the screen. It is 4.5 feet wide, 6.5 feet long. And so this can just kind of back into that corner because I think it's right here, there's a sidewalk and it comes this way underneath the mulch. So I can't ever put any plants there. So, and this little stick plant here, I'm praying it comes back. You can see that the dog has chewed on that. Yeah, wonderful, because this is my office window where she will come and jump there and bark at me to tell me she wants to come back in the house. And when I ignore her, she lays right there. I've got 2 perennials that I'm praying will come back right there. But anyways, and she's also chewed on that. So that's one thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut it back a little bit to cut the damaged parts off. But anyways, you can see with that hammock here, I've got plenty of walk space to get to the table and around the table and all that. So anyways, that'll be nice. So we're still going to be left with this kind of big open spot here, but I will probably just expand flower beds. Like this one, I knew I wanted to make it bigger around, and I would just keep adding things out. But this perennial hibiscus, I'm not sure how big it'll get this year. They're supposed to, their max height is 7 to 8 feet tall, 6 feet around. So obviously if it got 6 feet around, it's going to be choking out the fountain grass and I'll have to move the furniture. So I'm just not sure. Last year it only got to be about 3 feet tall. So we'll just see how big that's going to get. But yeah, I would love to just kind of expand here. So that would be great because then this will be a permanent fixture here. Would love to leave the hammock out all the time. Anyway, so that'd be really great. So those are pretty much all the improvements I'm hoping to make to the garden this year, because I didn't want to do a ton because I've done so much. And when I was walking around like fixing the mulch, I was thinking about how grateful I was that so much of this is done, because the last 2 years I've put so much energy into this kitchen garden that every year it's felt like this giant, huge project. And it has been a huge project because I've expanded and I've added new beds and I've mulched and all that. And so anyways, just walking around fixing the mulch made me feel so much gratitude for not having to lay down all that mulch again. So we're just, you know, going through and like fixing some things or whatever. So anyways, so my biggest projects this year were going to be to raise the garden beds and to add the greenhouse. And that's it. I just want to enjoy this space this year. So if I get to feeling frisky in the spring, which I always do, then I'll just add new plants. I'll just add new plants around my borders, because like back here I've got I've got 2 perennials on this back part that are like shrubs, and then nothing else. But I've got some blackberries that I wanted to plant back there, and so that's pretty much what I'll work on this year, is just kind of filling in my fence lines and my rows and my perimeter, and then also any of the other beds, and mostly just enjoying, because that's what I want to do this year. I want to enjoy my garden. So anyways, I am going to put up my hummingbird feeders and see if they will come around, because it's starting to warm up. And so I've got my food here. I also have my regular bird feed out. I need to go through and I need to clean and refill all my feeders. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it off camera. And then what else was I going to do? That I need to cut back perennials, so I need to find my other clippers. I need to put my garden decor back now that I know those things will fit, because that's exciting. I did pull out my paint for the raised beds and it felt really weird, almost like it's separated, which if it gets too cold it can like actually ruin it. So I need to open that up, see if that's any good before we go to Home Depot, or I might have to buy some more. Anyways, yeah, so I think I'm just gonna work on the animal feeder things really quick, and then I'll bring you guys along and show you which perennials I'm cutting back and like just kind of how they're doing. I mean, not the whole thing, but there's some things in the front yard I wanted to show you guys, because if you've been with me for a while, then you've watched them grow over the years, and they're just things I'm excited about, so I wanted to show you guys. But I'm gonna work on this other stuff really quick and get this done. This guy, when it's the time of year where they will be around, I have my hummingbird here right outside my bedroom window. because I love my hummingbirds. But when they go away, I switch it to a regular feeder. You can see I've got my hummingbird wind chime and my hummingbird solar wind chime. This one, these guys light up at night. Oh, I need to put some food in there. I forgot about that one. I'll have to steal some food from one of the other ones. This thing is super cute. You can see, you just put some bird feed in there and like little birds come in there and eat. And again, this is my office right here, and my curtains are open during the day, and I see so many birds there and I just love it. Birds make my heart happy. There's my Bella getting some sun. Oh my God, I said Bella. Oh, that's my Maple. If you don't know, Bella was my yellow lab I had for years before, and she passed 3 or 4 years ago now. And I waited several years before I got a new puppy, but I love labs, like my Bella, so I had to get another lab, and I got Miss Maple Daple, and I love her to death. Maple, aren't you so cute? You are. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Are you sunbathing because you're a good girl? Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so I had a nice little break in the garden. I'm actually reading and eating some popcorn. I need to find good clippers. Don't be like me, maintain your stuff. I need to go through and like clean these up. Anyways, these have just been outside. Oh, there's my other hummingbird feeder. I was wondering where that was. Suck that out. My husband said it's too early for me to have the hummingbird feeder out, because he said it's more, they show up again around May, but it's okay. We're gonna put it out anyway. I'll keep an eye out, see if they come. My paint for the blocks is ruined, so we decided to go ahead and go to town now, here in a few minutes. Get new paint, rest of the blocks, and some soil. We won't be able to get all the soil. What's up? Looking for Hadley? Oh, okay. So we're gonna go to the town here in just a minute, but while I wait for them to get ready, I'm gonna go ahead and cut back some of my perennials, and then we'll be back. I think we'll go ahead and do the blocks. I don't know, we'll see if we get around to painting this evening or not. It's going to depend on time, because the weather and the temperature and everything is going to be fine, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to paint. Hey, okay, so welcome back. It is the next day, so it's a beautiful Sunday. We did get some things done last night that I did not film, because we were just all like rushing as soon as we got back from town from Home Depot. So let me show you where we left the beds as of last night. So I do have one, I have a bush here. This is actually a perennial Rose of Sharon that needs to be transplanted out somewhere. But anyways, so we got 3 bags of fill dirt that we put in each one. So that's 12. I have my husband pick up some more. We miscounted on blocks. So we've got 1 bed that we're missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, however many, whatever. So he is running to town right now to go and get that. And I'm going to start on the painting part, which I'm super excited about. So again, remember in here, we now have, it looks like in most of them, we're up to the top, the first 8 inches. So we've got some sticks, not a lot, and then a lot of leaves, last year's dirt, and then we did some fill dirt. I'm going to also do some amendments, but we have like a solid month and a half before we can actually garden. So this is me just doing some things early as much as I can, like just as soon as weather would permit. So now here we are, we're doing it. So anyways, I'm gonna get to painting, and I don't remember if I mentioned this in previous clips, but because I ended up having to get a different kind of paint, I ended up picking a totally different color. So I went with yellow, which was actually my very first original idea. And I chose to go with the light blue because I was just in like a light blue phase of my life, I guess. It was, I had it all throughout the house. Anyways, I'm over that. So, things are just different. Anyways, and yellow has just always been like a color that makes me feel like myself, my personality. It's my favorite color. Yellow is joy. Yellow is happy. Yellow is sunshine. So that's what I am going with. And I'm gonna go through, I'll show you the kind I got. So I got one of these because I'm gonna try and just go through and just like roll as much as possible. So we'll do tops, inside, outside, whatever. But I need to come through with like a hoe or something would be great, and just pull the mulch back from the outside of the block so I can come through and roll. I am gonna have to get a brush and go in different places where in here, because you can see I actually painted around that last year. You can see there's a little bit of blue paint on this, and I don't know if it was this one or if it was all of them. I think it might have just been this one that I had to paint around. Anyway, so that's probably what takes the longest, is painting around this trellis here, but that's okay. Once we get it done, it's done. So most everything else will be just rolling, so I'm gonna do that as fast as possible. It's very windy today. Got my little wind chimes over there chiming away, dog chewing on wood bark. Life is beautiful. My goodness. So it is so pretty out here, and oh my gosh, look at this beautiful little guy. I got this in Arizona, not when I lived there, but when I was visiting, when I went back one time. Oh, does have a little thing in it, but you can barely hear it. But anyways, I'm so happy to be in my garden. I love this. So yeah, so I'm gonna get to work, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll, and then I'm gonna take a break to pull back the mulch, and then I'll roll some more, and then just like that. That way it kind of breaks up the painting a little bit. So yeah. Okay, so painting is like going, but it is taking a bit because it is so windy. But like, okay, so you can see these two beds where I have skipped doing the inside and along the bottom because I need to go pull the mulch back. So on these two, I've done the top and the side that I can access with the roller. And it is so freaking windy. It is crazy. It's like first time I poured the paint, the wind like, you know, took it away. So so I had a pile of paint on the mulch, but anyways, whatever. But I had to take Maple inside because she was too curious. The good thing about the wind is it's going to dry quickly, but the bad thing is I had my hair even in a ponytail. You can see I dipped it in the paint because I'm holding the paint thing. Anyway, so I'm trying to get this done, but I'm also trying to remind myself to be like mindful of everything doesn't have to be done immediately. Elizabeth, calm down, because that is just my nature, to just get it all done, get all the things done. But I'm also like tired, and I kind of just want to chill. But like now that I've started it, I'm like, okay, where can I find a good stopping point that I will be mad at myself? Oh mercy. So I remembered this project took way longer last year or year before when I did the blue, way longer than I had expected. And I think I had counted then that it was about 3 hours per bed. So that would be 12 hours of painting to get all this done. I just don't know if that's, I mean, realistic. One, I really want to wrap this up before my surgery. And I immediately was thinking in the back of my mind, okay, what day of the week this week might I have some time during the week to come out here and do this? The wind is crazy. I hope you can even hear me. Hope it doesn't sound ridiculous, but anyway. So I think as a mood booster, I'm just going to go get me some popcorn or chips or something and like chill for a second. Like I need to get in the right mindset. I'm listening to an audiobook about history of Scotland, which I find interesting. But it's not interesting enough that it's distracting me from how annoyed I feel so, that this takes so long. So I need to find something more like entertaining or enthralling to really distract myself, and get my earbuds so I can hear it better because I've got my phone sitting down somewhere safe so it doesn't fly off of something. And anyway, so I'm going to do those things, then I'll be back. And my goal at this point really is just to do everything I can access with the roller. Kind of see where I'm at then, maybe take another break, then maybe, you know, pull the mulch back. I don't know. We'll see. I had to take out the contacts because the wind is so crazy. And I found a much better book to listen to. It's called something about how to keep house when you're drowning or something like that. It's kind of weird. But anyways, it's pretty interesting. Written by a counselor.
My husband got back, and right there were the blocks that were missing, and I finished rolling of the yellow. And then I got my paintbrush, so now I'm going to go through, and I've pulled the mulch back, so now I'm going to go through and do everything I need to brush. I think my goal for today will just be everything one coat, and then at least that's done. We'll see. Oh, and since my husband is back, he's working on the project of, you know, we're replacing the lights here with fairy lights, but the ones that we took down are here on the ground. And my husband's going to do them around the carport on these 3 sides, and that'll look cool. So he's over there putting those up right now. Well, it looks good from this angle. Right here I can see what I've finished. Okay, so this is the day before my surgery, but I wanted to pop this in here in the gardening video to show you what I got at Lowe's last night. Look at this beautiful tree. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. My husband and I saw this a few days ago on our date night, and we weren't, you know, getting stuff, so I left it, but my heart could not forget it. So I went back and got it, and it is Gold Rider Leland Cypress, and I love this gold tint. Now I don't know if they're just gold like this in the spring when they're pushing some new leaves like now, or if they just stay that way all year. But this gets to be average mature size up to 35 feet, 15-20 feet wide. Anyways, you guys, this is going over here. You know, I put in these evergreens right over here, not this one, but right over here, front left side of the yard in the fall. And then we're building our deck. So our deck is going to actually come out from the side of the house over there to the porch right there. And so there's going to be new landscaping on the other side of the deck. So it's going to basically, this front bed is just going to continue on and go around the deck. That's what I got that for. So that, he's going to be my big showstopper, and I'll have to figure out where to put him based on how big he's going to get. And then this guy, oh my God, I've always wanted one of these weirdos. How cute. Weeping Blue Atlas Cedar. So this is how cool they look. This guy is young or being trained because he's small, but still freaking love it. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then look at these guys. Look how blue these look. There's my kitty cat. Meow. 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 Yep, pretty much every time. Anyway, this is Blue Rug Jupiter. It is a sprawling evergreen. Again, that is for, most of these are for around the new deck. So they're just going to live here, over here, until it's time. This guy, let me get my purse down because we're getting serious here. This guy, Kramer's Rote Heather. Okay, I don't know what in the world this is, but it's a shrub. It gets to be 15 inches by 24 inches, so just a little bit bigger than, it is, but look how cute this is in the spring. And then the rest of the time, I think it's just an evergreen covered in these little leaves. I got some roses because they had these double varieties, and I just, oh my God, just had to have them. So I'm thinking about putting these around the deck as well, although not like completely sure. But the thing is that two of these, okay, so these two, these are from the Bloomables, and actually all 3 of them say they're the Scentables, so they're supposed to be really fragrant. This one is Parfuma Summer Romance, and look at the blooms on that. Oh my God, now that is a double. That is so gorgeous. This one is Top Cream, so white, love that. And this one is a white with a pink center, and it's Parfuma Earth Angel. Stunning. Oh my God, I love them all. And then this rose here was actually already blooming and smells amazing. Smells amazing. And I don't have one that is just this color yet. So I got, and it is called Ambassador Rose. I think that's a pretty like standard one. I feel like I've seen it a lot. I've seen the name a lot. So, but anyways, it smelled amazing. My thinking is I'm going to have around the pool, anything that's fragrant in the summer is going to be amazing because we're going to be like hanging out there a lot. And then obviously I want to have elephant ears and tropical looking plants like that, you know, like banana trees and stuff, which I think I'm going to do 2 banana trees and do them in containers so I can pull them into the greenhouse. I just have one other plant here to show you. I don't know why my son put it over here. But look how cute that is. Ah, it's adorable. It doesn't look like it has a tag. So it is just a small shrub evergreen that also has that gold tint, and it may be in the cypress family. I'm really not sure. But look at these together. Look at that color difference. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, and I didn't show you that one. So I got these 2 flowering shrubs just because they're small or large shrubs and they flower in the spring. So I knew that that would be just, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Ah, it's so cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's like, oh, I can't handle it. It's just adorable. They have white ones too, but this one is like a white and a pinkish, called Valley Rose Paris. Grows 6 together, blooms in spring, gets to be 5 by 5. So this is a pretty good sized shrub. So, you know, if I were to put these all in a bed together, which I'm not, this would be the big one. That would be the second biggest one. And then they would step down from there. So anyways, I am heading to the pharmacy to pick up my prescriptions before my surgery. And if time and weather permits, I would like to be back out here today working on the beds for a couple of hours. I don't know that I'm going to get them done before my surgery. I know I'm not getting any planting done before surgery because I don't have time, and that's fine. They can either just wait in containers like they do normally when I don't even have a surgery happening, or my husband would gladly plant them for me at my direction because he's amazing. So, but I may just wait until I feel like doing it myself. Also, I did that to my truck last night, getting those trees home, the 2 big ones. So I need to vacuum that out. Anyways, but so what I was saying is I would love to just get back to the paint. It's very overcast today. I need to check and see if it's going to rain. Temperature is fine. I think we're out of our winter weather. But anyways, so I'm hoping to do that, come back to you guys, bring you back. If I don't get a chance to work on them today, I will at least show you where the beds are now to wrap up this video. And then I guess we'll just see from that point. Editing Liz popping in here from the future. I never got the gardening project done before the surgery, so the beds are just kind of as you last saw them. Sorry I did not get a chance to go and kind of show you what they look like, but they just don't look really any different than that last shot. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up that video here because it is really long. And we'll see, maybe my kids will help me with finishing the painting or something, but I'm not too worried about it, and we'll just see what happens. Thanks for being here today and watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.